I can't believe a lot of people are calling this video fake. I can't believe people are saying that this was staged. This is said to be the moment that the Nigerian police swooped in to rescue Mrs. Olaide Busayo and her 2 children who were kidnapped on their way going to school a few days ago in Ibadan. Remember, she's the sister of a politician, somebody who is also currently thinking of running for governorship in Oyo State. And somehow, instead of this video to make people happy, many people are calling it fake, staged, and clearly mapped out. So let's watch this video to see if they have a point. They already handcuffed one. Ooh, the shot. But that looks like a blank bullet. Oh, the kids are not dressed. Well, they've been announcing the you're safe. That seems to be the recurring word they keep using. So, first thing first, I understand why people would feel so, but to each his own. Nigeria has come to a shit show right now where we don't even know what is real or what is fake anymore. There are many reasons why I think this might be staged, although, to be honest, I want to believe it's not staged. It's painful that we've come to a point where many people are now excited that a woman and her 2 little children got kidnapped, and just because she's the sister of a politician, people are celebrating it, saying that, oh, go reach everybody last. And then when we finally see footages of them getting rescued, people seem upset about it, thinking that it's staged. And this is understandable given the fact that there have been a bunch of school kids in the same state who have been kidnapped over nearly a month ago, and those kids and teachers are yet to be rescued in the same state. But somehow, someway, the sister and the nephews of a politician or of a governor aspirant in the same state gets kidnapped, and 2-3 days later we are seeing videos of a John Wick rescue mission occurring, well filmed, almost well lit, because I also kind of suspect it might be staged given how the man was flashing torchlight at the woman and her children, and most people are pointing it out to be looking like they were doing it for the cameras. But at the same time, everywhere was dark, and it was important for people to put an eye on the people they are coming to rescue. Guns are being shot, guns and weapons might be exchanged, so it's important that whoever goes there first needs to flash the light at the people they are coming to rescue so that they don't shoot at them. And that is a good explanation. The next thing that people pointed out is the gun that they shot at the man trying to get into the roof. It seemed like something was fired, but the man did not seem to be injured. He was seen walking normally, so it was clear that they didn't shoot him. So what did they do? Was that a blank shot? Was it deliberate? Or was it just, something that is protocol during such a situation? Because I would believe that if they're going to rescue somebody from kidnappers, then there is no reason why, as a policeman, you're going with blank guns. Your gun should have bullets, and any gun or any bullet you fire should aim to shoot and bleed and maybe kill. But for them to fire at the man, one of the kidnappers trying to escape, and for some reason it came out blank, then I don't know if it's just a bit suspicious, unless they knew that they were coming somewhere and they were not going to get a fight back, or they knew for a fact that they were not going to get pushbacks per se, and that would make sense. That part still left for questioning. Another thing again that people are pointing out is the fact that the band and the people kept saying, "You're safe, you're safe, you're safe." They kept saying it, "You're safe, you're safe." I don't know why that is a problem, honestly. But again, I don't know what fear looks like in everyone's face. For all I know, they would have been really panicking and not knowing who to trust. And so it's important to reassure them that yes, you guys are safe, because it's a traumatizing experience to be kidnapped, especially with your children. Although I will say this, I was a bit confused as to why the kids that were kidnapped, the two boys, were unclothed. They were actually unclothed, which to me I thought was odd. Even the bandits don't strip their victims or their captive in the forest completely without clothes. So why are these people doing this in an indoor kidnapping scene? This is not as if in the forest. This is a house that they kidnapped into. So, and why is the woman herself fully clothed? So it doesn't make sense that the kids were unclothed, unless maybe they came at a time when they were just having their bath to be rescued. Maybe that's the only explanation. Because other than that, it seemed a little too, I don't know. Maybe it's the kidnappers that can answer that question as to why they chose to let the kids be without clothes. Now that is really disturbing. At the end of the day, I would not understand why a woman would want to put her two young kids in such a situation for the plot or for show or for anything. But again, it's Nigeria and it's politics. If your brother is running for presidency, this would most likely be the perfect setup to put and draw attention to him. It looks like the perfect stage, because I hear the relative, the politician relative of this woman and her kids, is trying to run for governorship. So this could be the perfect setup to get the publicity that he needs, so that when he runs for governorship, he can use the story and use it as a way to let people know that, if I can do this for my family, I can do it for you too. It will never be our case. It seems like the perfect setup. It does seem like the perfect setup. And if this is your sister, I'm sure she's a perfect person to play along with such a orchestra, such a setup. And that would make sense why the kids would not look too scared, because they didn't look too scared enough. And I can agree to that, except I can't speak on how people's face looks when they're scared, and explain why they were unnecessarily not wearing clothes while she herself is wearing a whole maternity gown. I mean, if they were going to strip everybody, then everybody should be stripped. But it didn't make sense to me. That was something that was odd. And that's why, if there is a possibility that this is a hoax, then I see why and how this could play out, and why the woman would want to partake in it, because she trusts the process and her brother is going to be a governor, and that would also put her and her kids in a better position. So if this, however, is not a hoax, if this wasn't staged, we shouldn't just be unhappy. I hate that people are really unhappy that somebody actually got rescued. I hate it. It's not the same thing. We always have in mind that a lot of the bandits or the kidnappers are bandits. Bandits are different. These people who did this thing to this woman are by kidnappers. These are the regular neighborhood kidnappers. These ones probably don't even have weapons or have anything. They just did it. And so, the thing is, this kidnapping thing will start getting popular and people will take advantage of it. We've seen a video where somebody is pretending to speak in Fulani accent, Walai, I go kill you now. We saw that, and people are staging their kidnapping, people are faking it, people are setting it up. It's a whole lot of setup, while real victims are out there getting killed, getting traumatized, getting forcefully assaulted, because there's a video, and if you haven't seen that video where a kidnapper is forcing themselves on one of their captive, then go to our Telegram to see it. Terrible, is disturbing, and that goes to show you what people are actually dealing with or going through in the hands of actual kidnappers and bandits. So I feel like this was just a woman and her 3 kids. The force needed to rescue them would not be so much as compared to a bandit who is heavily weaponed, heavily backed up enough to kidnap over 20 children and some teachers. That goes to show you that is a chain of order. That goes to show you that whoever is in charge of that kidnap is extremely powerful. So that, funny enough, is maybe different from this one. I don't know. I'm not an expert in this field, but the confidence that these people came here to rescue this woman is something that makes me feel like they knew what they were getting into. They knew where they were coming to. They had probably gotten intel. Maybe the actual person behind the kidnapping has been caught, and so they just needed to locate where she was. And that is how it is. Most times, where the victims who are kidnapped are kept, and people who bring them there to be kept are usually not at the same. If you just kidnap person, go drop down for person house, come out. So the people looking after the kidnapped victims are most times not people who are prepared. They are just there, looking after other people's kidnapped victims. So maybe the police officers knew that it wasn't going to be so much work when they came there, as compared to going into the forest. But at the same time, it does make sense. I'm not going to sit here and pretend like that's not the case. I feel like Oyo State as a whole have the capacity to mobilize men in uniform and weapons to go and rescue the school teachers and the kids. It's been 3-4 weeks too long. Like, it's almost, we're hearing that one of the child has even passed. It's 4 weeks too long, and it's almost doesn't make sense as to why they haven't been rescued up until now. Why? We've seen them, the kidnappers, release their demands. That goes to show you that these people are brutal, and it's going to be tactical, because if they notice that the forest is getting surrounded, they'll waste and kill every single child there and the teachers, and possibly waste themselves. See, I won't even be surprised if those people behind the kidnapping are also fellow Oyo people. I don't think these are Fulani people who came all the way from the north to come and kidnap in Oyo State. They could not do that without somebody there in charge. It could probably be Muslims from that place who are doing this, or it could even not even be. Muslims, they just list out this demand and throw their attention to make it look like it's every Fulani, mostly Fulani we should be looking out for. At this point, look out for everybody. You should not just be worried about Fulani people. Your next door neighbor could be a kidnapper, and then kidnap you, and then use a Fulani voice or wear a Fulani outfit, and people will think they're out here looking for the guy who makes suya in your neighborhood. It's unfortunate, but I'm glad that the kids are back, and I hope they are not traumatized.